Hello everyone, and this is my reaction to Black Clover page 170, the final episode of Black Clover before the break. I know this isn't the end of the story and that they are doing a movie after this, but after this episode, we'll have to say goodbye to the anime for a while, and I'm really sad to do that. This show has been really good. I started watching it back in 2018, and that's when I caught up and I was watching it weekly. And then COVID happened and got delayed and everything. But now it's finally ended, and I'm feeling really sad about that. This has been a fantastic journey, and I wonder how they're going to leave us off. Anyway, last time on Black Clover, they're all getting ready to prepare to go back to the Space Kingdom and save Yami and William. Noel and the others were saved by the elves and were taken to their new home, Elysia. They actually managed to stop the explosions all by themselves, and then the elves brought them back to their home. And they met two kids who were the descendants of Lit and Tetia. So Sekre found out Tetia was still alive, sealed her wounds, and now the fact that those kids are there is proof that Tetia survived and she gave birth. So one of the twins Tetia was carrying survived, while the other one reincarnated into and the one that survived was able to live on. And now Nehru got to see Tetia and its descendants, and she was happy to know that the queen survived. After she sealed her wounds, she didn't know what became of Tetia, but now she knows for sure that her efforts were successful and that the princess survived. So that was a good moment for her. And now Bartley is going to teach them a new elven art that's going to help them once they go back to the Spade Kingdom. And Nat went to visit the Black Bulls hideout again, and he made it very clear that he doesn't like any of them. He says he only prefers people who are good from the start. He only likes people who have an untainted record. Well, in this world, there aren't too many of those out there. And finally, he began training Asta to help him control his devil. He made Asta take part in a forbidden devil binding ritual at his own house, and Asta got to meet his devil face to face and can tell that his devil is not a bad guy. So I think we're going to see more of Asta and his devil now. So let's see how that turns out on Black Clover. Remember to leave a like on the video, remember to leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and please subscribe for more. I hope you all enjoyed my reaction to the last episode of Black Clover, so let's get started right now. This is Black Clover, page 170, English dubbed. Straight into the opening this time for the final episode. Okay. Last time I'm gonna hear this. Get your hands up, baby. Oh yeah, the crowd. Get on, you guys are gonna get stronger too to save her. And what are you gonna do? How are you gonna train for 2 days? Page 170. The Faraway Future. Now you too. Yeah, you were also in his flashback. The devil's flashback.
Devils are born in the underworld. From the first breath you take.
Is that the underworld?
Spot in the pecking order. Since I was born with no magic.
Oh!
Obviously I was at the bottom.
Oh, you also had no magic?
Every devil wishes they could cross over into the human world.
That's
The underworld
the gate.
stops them from getting through. So to pass the time, the strong oppress the weak. And
Of
the
course.
weak oppress anyone weaker than they are. And that's how shitty things are there.
Go on and cry. Scream for mercy like always.
Lived or died.
You brat.
Oh.
What's so funny?
I figured I would crash into the gate and my body would shatter.
Oh. But what happened instead? How did you do that? So that's how you came here, and you've been here all this time.
But since I didn't have any magic, I slipped right through.
Oh.
And before I knew it,
Okay.
I ended up in the human world. But because I was exhausted from all the...
Did anybody see you?
It's got horns. Could it be a devil? Someone call the magic knife.
Oh gosh.
It didn't take long for humans with powerful magic to find and attack me.
Oh.
My
How did you
body
survive all this
started
time?
Shutting down. I was ready to accept my death.
Oh, I feel sad for this guy now. Lichka? Is that what she said?
You'd be safer at my house. It's okay. You can relax. I just used my magic ability.
What is it?
If something doesn't have mana, I can use my ability and take it out of things.
Oh,
Found you while I was out
sneeze at the wrong time.
So I just popped you in this bottle.
Oh, so you can
You can
just put her in there?
I found this 5-leaf grimoire. But stumbling across a devil was an even bigger surprise.
Licked grimoire. How'd you find that?
Weird. Shouldn't you be more afraid of me?
Why would I be afraid of a little boy who's all beat up? Sure, people might hate you, but you're not the only one.
What?
You see?
Oh.
My body saps magic and life away from anything that gets too close to me.
Oh.
I can't help it. That's why I live alone. I keep my distance from the village so I don't bother anyone.
Okay.
But luckily,
Is that where
I
Asta?
don't have any mana. And it doesn't look like I'm draining your life either. I know. Maybe I should adopt you.
Adopt me? A human raising a devil as her own? I couldn't wrap my head around it at all.
Okay, that's nice.
Hello, dinner.
Aww, this is so awesome.
It's so
And you're wearing clothes also.
I couldn't believe she would open her heart to someone like me.
This is so awesome.
You saved me, Liebe.
Liebe?
Saved you?
What happened?
Liebe, what's wrong? Are you okay?
Liebe.
It's Lucifer.
Lucifer, oh shoot.
I never thought I would find the devil out here in the human world.
Oh shoot, Lucifer.
With anyone yet. So I'm glad I took the time to look around.
Oh shoot.
That's one of the highest ranked devils.
Yup.
It's
Yup.
taking control of my body.
That's enough! Get out of Liebe's body right now!
What a foolish woman. I may not have full use of my powers, but you're still a match for me.
Yeah? You were saying, Lucifer?
Playing my mama. I suppose you have a death wish. You're going to pay.
No.
I won't let go!
What is that, Asta?
Not this time!
Oh! Lucifer killed Asta's
I
mother?
won't let you. You're not taking
That's why. That's why he hates Lucifer so much. That's why he hates Lucifer so much.
I'll use my magic to seal you into this 5-leaf grimoire, where you'll be safe. By the time someone releases you from it, I'm sure you'll have gotten a lot bigger and stronger. I love you, my sweet little boy.
Oh, I feel sad for this guy. He's not a bad guy at all. He never was. He called you mama. Oh, I feel so bad for this guy now. He is so cool.
Look, loser! Just hand over the body already!
Calm down, Liebe.
Then I'll win.
That was half. You cannot be serious.
You really think you can beat me with one arm?
Oh, so they are fighting.
Yeah, you heard me! I still got plenty of muscle!
Destroyer and Indweller.
Human like you!
Yami sword. Asta, grab that.
Katana!
Okay.
Now my anti-magic, those swords are useless!
Oh gosh. The demon destroyers were coming back. Oh, nice. Ah!
I don't give a damn about your physical strength! You're screwed! Your magic makes no spatial transfer! So you can't break this blade!
Ah!
How can you stand a chance against a high-rank devil if you can't even hold your own in a fight with me? I gained the power of anti-magic, the power to
How
know
though?
my spells.
How do you get that power?
This is how I'll get my revenge. if I ever wanted to go back out into the human world, the only way was for me to use him as a host. I'd take over his entire body if I had to.
Oh, okay, that's what.
In case you haven't figured it out, every devil is an evil piece of shit! Which is exactly why I'll
Who are you trying to fool,
make sure every last one of them is
Liebe?
destroyed!
Oh,
You know something, pal? I think I finally understand you. So that's how you feel. Thanks for letting me know.
okay, Asta. Ooh, what? What happened? They're playing the first opening.
Just give up! You can't use magic or anti-magic now! You're history!
Oh. Oh. Whoa. Oh gosh.
But I still dodged your swords. All I had to do was focus on
Quieto.
me, big guy. I don't have any magic. And without you, I don't even have anti-magic. But I've
You're
got
so
the
smart.
will to win. And my unbreakable bonds with all the amazing people I've met. Yuno is cooler than me, and he's smarter than me, but he's still my rival. We decided we would compete to see who'd become the Wizard King. Having him in my life is what inspired me to keep getting better. I've met lots of people,
Yeah.
friends and
Meridian.
enemies. There were a lot of tough battles. A few of the opponents I fought became my friends after it was all over.
Hmm?
Some of them did.
Oh. Oh, they even showed Dazu. Nice.
Because each of those people are a part of me, and they always will be.
Get results.
Julius.
Prove that you're the strongest.
It takes you so long to do everything, Asta. Hurry up.
I'm gonna need backup over here. Asta!
Ooh. Licked. Yami, right? Death Thrust. It's gonna be Yami. Oh no, Fanza, right. Mars.
Even after the five-leaf grimoire showed up, and I figured out that I could use anti-magic. That's right. I kept pushing past my limits!
Yep. It comes. Oh, this is awesome. Ooh, Yami. There we go. I was waiting for that.
The best you can do, Asta. I know you're capable of more than that.
You don't stand a chance the way you are now. But all that work may just pay off.
Ooh, I love the way he keeps dodging all the swords.
I'm a human with no magic. Me.
And he's the devil who was born with no magic.
A whole bunch of powerful warriors!
Not anymore. He won't do it. Oh, he did it. Was that Death Thrust? Did he just do a Death Thrust? Not as powerful as Yami's, obviously, but it's still something.
I beat you. It's over.
The preparations for the ritual are now complete.
Oh.
The next step is establishing a contract with your devil. This part's easy. Simply think obey me, and from this moment on, you'll have a devoted familiar to aid you and follow your every command.
That's not what you want, is it? He's not going to do that, is he?
Starting right now, we should be friends.
Nah. Not. Come on.
What's the matter? Devils don't even know what a friend is? Okay, I'll try to explain.
That's fine.
Are you attempting to create an equal contract with your devil?
Yes.
Yep. The thing is, I never stopped to learn anything about him. Even though he's been with me for such a long time, if we're gonna keep working together, we need to become friends.
There's nothing binding about it.
It's fine. I could tell from the beginning he wasn't fighting me for real. This isn't a devil binding ritual. It's a devil befriending ritual.
That's that.
Not the sharpest nut in the drawer, is he, Mr. Nut?
It appears not.
If you ask me, it sounds like we've got the same enemy. Oh, by the way, you haven't told me your name yet.
Oh, by the way, you haven't told me your name.
What do you mean?
You don't have one? That's okay. I'll pick one out for you. Starting today, your name's Liebe.
There's no doubt
Yep.
He's Lichta's kid.
Lichte.
You can call me Liebe.
Oh, nice. An equal contract. He got his arm back.
The contract is complete. You made the right choice. You have 2 days. Think you can become the strongest?
Yeah!
Let's get ready!
Those are also training. They're showing all them. The Vermilions, the Silvas, the Blue Rose Knights. Is that? Oh no, that's her, right? Wait, does she have short hair? Oh, he's been training hard too.
I'm training as hard as I can to beat Xenon.
How do you do that?
I
Long
figured
rest.
it might be useful to have a spatial magic user to spar with. After all, it's only fair of me to help you with your training.
Okay. Welcome back.
I'd much prefer to handle it myself, but this is something that affects the whole Golden Dawn. I know you've improved your skills too, so I'll accept your offer.
I see you're still an insolent brat, but at least you're more straightforward now.
I'm going to save Captain Vengeance. I'm gonna keep our kingdom and the whole world safe!
Alright. We're back in the
This
church.
place where magic is everything. There lives one boy who was born without it.
Asta. Is that it? Okay, that's it. That was a good last episode. That was a really good last episode. So we learned the past of Asta's devil, who Asta's mom named Liebe. So he was a devil who was also born without magic, just like Asta. So how exactly did it happen for Asta? So Lichta, Asta's mom, says that she sucks away the mana and life force of anything that gets too close to her. So does that have anything to do with why Asta doesn't have any mana? Maybe she sucked the mana out of Asta, but then she didn't suck his life force either because he's still alive. Maybe that's why she chose to leave Asta at Harsh Village. Maybe she wasn't sure what was going to happen to Asta, and that's why she was there. I'm not going to talk about the episode just yet. I just have a few questions first I need to get out of the way. And so, if Lichta leaves alone by herself, then who's Asta's father? I'm sure someone would have had to have gotten close to Lichta for Asta to even have a father, for Asta to even be born, right? There's no way Asta can't have a father. So, is there someone else out there who's able to resist Lichta's curse enough for her to have a son? Because that's the only way I can think of for how Asta can be born. Because I doubt Liebe is Asta's father. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. And so, speaking of Liebe, so after he left the underworld, so some other devil was just playing with Liebe and just threw him at the gate to the underworld. And since he doesn't have any mana, it didn't affect him, and he was able to pass right through it and into the human world. Then Lichta found him and raised Liebe as her own son. It was so wholesome with the two of them together. I actually started liking Liebe so much more. And Lichta, Asta's mom, was pretty cool too. But then Lucifero, the devil that's possessing Dante, had taken over Liebe's body and was trying to use him as a way to come out into the human world. Lichta then protected Liebe, so she thought back to how she dropped her son Asta at Harsh Village because she thought that she was too dangerous to stay with Asta, and so she let Asta go before, and now she doesn't want to let Liebe go either. So she called Liebe her son, and just before Lichta died, Liebe called her Mama. That was so sad. So she sealed Liebe inside the five-leaf grimoire, and there he learned how to use anti-magic. So we know how Liv's grimoire became a five-leaf grimoire after Zagred did all that. I'm not sure how the anti-magic came though. Maybe Zagred did something to it, I'm not sure what. I thought maybe... So my theory was that Liebe would have already had anti-magic, and then he found Liv's grimoire and went inside it, and then that's how it became an anti-magic grimoire. But no, Liebe didn't have any magic at the beginning. and the five-leaf grimoire already had some anti-magic inside of it. So that must have been either Zagreus doing or maybe Nero's doing. I'm not sure what. So we don't know how the anti-magic got into the grimoire. I guess it is probably a side effect of it turning into a five-leaf grimoire after Zagreus did something to it. It must have been the result of the forbidden magic that Licht absorbed then. Oh well, there goes my theory with Liebe from before. So anyway, Liebe stayed trapped inside the five-leaf grimoire and gained the power of anti-magic that was inside it. And after he found Asta, he decided that he would slowly take over Asta's body until he can finally get back at Lucifer and the others. So right before, so just when, so during the fight with Dante, after Dante stabbed Ghosh, Liebe made Asta see an image of Lichta and was able to take over him. So when he said, so in that vision, when Lichta said, "My precious little boy," I thought she was referring to Asta. But no, I think she was actually referring to Liebe, the devil inside him. And that's when he took over Asta's body and started going crazy at Dante like that. Yeah, and now we know his whole story, and now we know why he hates Lucifer and the others. He hates Lucifer specifically because he killed his adoptive mother. I hope Liebe tells Asta about his mother one day, but I guess we'll have to wait. So after that, we cut back to the present, and Liebe is trying to defeat Asta and take over his body so that he can finally get what he needs to get back at Lucifer and the others for what he did to him. But Asta managed to defeat Liebe with the help of the techniques he learned from the other people who taught him. So we saw Kyoto, we saw Fanzel, we saw Mars, and I was waiting for them to finally show Yami. They saved him for the end. I was waiting for them to show, but they kept showing someone else, and then finally they showed Yami. The fight with Asta and Liebe was so cool. Asta had to constantly dodge Liebe's three swords while he fought him. So we kept the Demon Dweller sword with him, while the Demon Slayer and the Demon Destroyer swords kept attacking Asta from all sides. But thanks to his key detection abilities, Asta was able to sense them and dodge them accordingly. That was a crazy fight. If Yami hadn't taught him how to sense ki, Asta would have been done for ages ago. So he finally defeated Liebe, and then he decided to make an equal contract with him. Nag told Asta that he should tell Liebe to obey him, and then the contract will be sealed. But instead, Asta decided that he wanted to get into an equal contract with Liebe. He had no intention of making Liebe act against his will. He wanted it to be an equal contract. He wanted to be friends with Liebe. So then they formed the equal contract. Asta got his right arm back, and now they formed their pact. That was a nice moment with those two. And something I found weird is that Liebe only now found out that Asta was Lichta's kid. I figured that's something that he would have found out ages ago or something. And I wonder how he felt after he found out that Asta was magicless, just like him. That was something they both had in common. And now I want them to talk more about... And now I want Liebe to tell Asta more about his past. About how he was also born without magic, just like Asta. About Asta's mom, about how he raised him after he was dropped off at Harsh Village and all that. And then about Lucifero. So Asta knows that Liebe hates Lucifero, but he doesn't know why yet. And I just hope Liebe tells Asta the full story one day. Liebe helped Asta so much. And so while Asta was talking about all the people who helped him, all the people he met along the way, all the enemies he fought who later became his friends, I actually didn't expect them to show Dazu and Bo from the Devil Banisher's arc over there. I actually quite like that arc, and I'm actually quite glad they showed that over there. How they were trying to get the devil's power because they were kind of inspired by Asta in some strange way. But I doubt the devil's they fought would have been anything like Liebe. Okay, that was an awesome last episode. So now those two are going to keep training for 2 more days. Noel and the others are going to be training with the elves. And Langris showed up to help Yuno with his training as well. Just training by himself isn't going to cut it. He needs Langris' help. I'm glad to see him again after he left the Golden Dawn. I'm sure he's been getting stronger too. Maybe he'll also help out as well. So yeah, they're all going to be training to rescue Yami and William. The Black Bulls are going to be training along with Magna and Zora. Yuno is now training with Langris. Noel and the group are still training with the elves to learn the techniques they need to save Lord Pechka and become stronger. So yeah, and I heard there's a movie coming up too. So I'm thinking maybe that movie is going to be the Space Kingdom invasion, or maybe not. Maybe they're going to do something else, and then when the anime finally returns, then they'll go to the Space Kingdom invasion. I'm not exactly sure what the movie is about. They haven't given us any plot details whatsoever, so there's no way to know for sure. But anyway, this was a nice final episode. I love the battle with Asta and Liebe, and I'm glad they finally formed that contract. Asta should have talked to Liebe a long time ago and trying to understand a lot better. And I kind of wish that Liebe didn't take this long to realize that Asta was Lichta's son. So in this whole Space Kingdom arc, first we met Yuno's parents and then we met Asa's mom. But now I want to know who his father is. Who out there was able to get close to Lichta without her draining away his life force? That's what I want to know. But oh well. Yeah, I'm kind of sad that the story isn't over yet and they kind of left us off, but this was good. And I know they're getting too close to the source material too. Maybe the anime will come back one day after the movie ends, but I guess we'll have to end it off over here. So, yeah, this was a great final episode to a great series. I'm not sure what the movie will have in store, but we'll have to see when Black Clover comes back then. So, about what I'm going to do next. I have a few animes in mind. I've been hearing about that time I got reincarnated as a slime for a while now, and I've been curious to check it out. I may put it on the channel, but maybe a little later, because I think the first one that I've been wanting to do for a while now is Jujutsu Kaisen. I've been hearing about that one for a while now. I've never found a good time to watch it, but I think now is fine time for me to get to it, and I'll probably put that on my channel as well. So you can look forward to those reactions sometime soon. Maybe a little while though, but we'll have to see. But for now, that's it for Black Clover. Thank you for watching my reaction to the last episode of this amazing series. Please leave a like on the video. Please leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Please subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later with whatever I do next. Bye.